boobs, or the correct term, breasts. Breasts. What are breasts? The tissue that's in the woman underneath her skin, or perhaps maybe the more sexual way that most people like to portray. Or maybe without social media and others around to give their opinion. It's the natural way for us women to supply as mothers nutrition to those who we had carried and now gave birth to, or in other words, our babies. Breastfeeding in public has been a major problem that has been uprising throughout time. It went from something so minor to where a woman should simply cover up when she's breastfeeding to nowadays where a woman can't even breastfeed even if she is covered up. Think about it. Boobs are boobs. We all have them. Even men have them, just not with the breast tissue or the milk within the breast that are provided for the babies. If we look at research, most women nowadays prefer to bottle fed rather than breastfeed, especially first time mothers, due to the whole social media controversy of being scared to breastfeed in public or the humiliation of doing so just because of the harassment that it comes with. Most women nowadays either are posting throughout social media of all of the stories that they're telling of what happened when they breastfed in public, such as the harassment that they got or the names or anything anyone decided to tell them that was wrong of doing so, or simply one taking a simple natural picture of breastfeeding their child, to which will soon be banned by most social media for inappropriate scenes and nudity. A lot of people nowadays don't really understand that breastfeeding is the most natural way for the baby to get nutrients and for the baby to make sure that they are growing healthier and stronger every day. Not saying that formulas in general are bad for the baby, but it's more natural and better for the child to breastfeed, most think, just because it's only nature. The baby itself already knows how to latch onto the nipple and to suck for the breast milk that provides the nutrients. Throughout time, the kid will continue on to breastfeed and continue on to get the nutrients that it needs that might not be found in some formulas. So for a mother to simply have to breastfeed when it is needed, when the child or the baby is simply wanting to breastfeed, it should be okay for them to breastfeed without having any harassment followed by the breastfeeding in the public. So for a mother to simply sit down and start breastfeeding her child, one shouldn't come up to the mother and tell them that it's disgusting or unladylike, or if they're in a restaurant or store that they simply have to leave because it's not appropriate for them to be doing that there. Breastfeeding is the most natural thing that anyone could possibly see, and though there is some concerns for things like that to be posted on social media for kids that are underage, one simply wouldn't look at it as a sexual doing. They would look at it as a natural instinct. Oh, well, mommy's breastfeeding, or oh, well, mommy's feeding, the baby. That kind of thing, as research has showed. Mothers have continuously started to drop from breastfeeding and started rising up to bottle feeding, which, like stated earlier, is okay to do either way. It's the mother's choice and opinion of what she chooses to do. But like stated earlier as well, more of the nutrients will be found in breast milk rather than what is found in formulas, as well as it's more of the natural instinct to do rather than bottle fed. A lot of mothers need to start coming together and taking a stand for this kind of dilemma, because I personally think that it would be better if women were to demonstrate or, portray this natural thing to people, that it's okay to be seen in public, and that they shouldn't have to feel ashamed of their body or what they're showing, as if they're showing something inappropriate. We all have boobs or breasts. We all have nipples. Just some tend to be more feminine than others. So for it to be okay for men to simply be shirtless, why isn't it okay for women to simply not be shirtless but maybe have a breast or nipple out, with the baby covering over for the natural instinct? I personally think that there should be consequences or laws made for those who do take it to the extent and try to harass a woman or simply tell her that she has to leave and discriminate her for doing such a natural thing. I think that one should be either put off as a warning and known that if they continue on, consequences will be made, or that the consequences be that if they do, then maybe they will have to go into a courtroom or something and have to do some kind of service work or whatever, nothing too serious, just to warn them that what they're doing and the harassment that they're doing towards women are not acceptable. I think breastfeeding is the most natural thing that a woman can do, and it's basically what her body's made for. So why not show and do what she's meant to do without it being a sexual doing that's been done or made to look as throughout social media?